This is to the children, the teenagers, and young adults. It is eternally and spiritually essential for you to develop a personal relationship with Yahuwah, the Most High, your Creator, and the source of life. So why is it important? Identity and purpose. In a world filled with confusion and identity, worth, and purpose, a relationship with Yahuwah anchors young people in the truth of who they are, created in His image, set apart as a people, and called to walk in purpose, as in Jeremiah 29:11. The spiritual protection. When young people know and follow Yahuwah, they are protected from the traps of sin, deception, depression, peer pressure, addiction, and false teaching of this world, as in Psalms 119, 9-11, and Proverbs 3, 1-8. Wisdom and discernment. His word gives wisdom far beyond their years, as in Psalms 119, 98-100. When young people have the commandments written on their hearts, they make better decisions and avoid destructive paths, as in Proverbs 1, 8-10. And there's a covenant connection. Through Yahushua the Messiah, young people are grafted into the everlasting covenant Yahuwah made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This connection brings blessing, favor, and the promise of eternal life, as in Deuteronomy 30, 19-20, and Romans 11, 17-24. So what if parents or grandparents don't teach them? It's a generational disconnection. If the commandments and the name of Yahuwah are not passed down, children become disconnected from their spiritual inheritance. They don't know who they are or where they come from spiritually. This opens the door to idolatry, false religions, and cultural bondage, as in Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Repeating the sins of the past. Without the Torah, Yahuwah's instruction, each generation is likely to repeat the sins and the mistakes of those before them. Yahuwah warns in Deuteronomy 6, 6-9 to diligently teach the children, or the people will forget them. Loss of blessings, entrance into curse. Disobedience or ignorance of the commandments doesn't just result in spiritual loss. It can bring curses, as in Deuteronomy 28, 15-68. Children growing up without guidance may struggle with identity, rebellion, and spiritual confusion. And the accountability still rests, even if you were not taught. Yahuwah gives every soul an opportunity to seek Him. But those in leaderships, parents, elders, spiritual guardians, are held responsible if they fail to teach them, as in Ezekiel 3, 18-21, and Matthew 18:6. So let me give you some biblical examples. Timothy learned the scriptures from his mother and grandmother, as in 2 Timothy 1-5, which made him wise unto salvation. Josiah became king at 8 years old and began to seek Yahuwah in his teens. 2 Chronicles 34, 1-3, leading national revival. Samuel served in the temple as a child, and Yahuwah spoke to him directly, as in 1 Samuel 3. So this is a call to action. Let every parent, grandparent, and every spiritual mentor rise up and teach Yahuwah's name and commandments boldly. Lead by example. Pray daily for the hearts of the next generation. Use every opportunity to sow seeds of truth and righteousness. If young people miss this in their youth, they risk walking blindly throughout their life. But Yahuwah is very merciful, and if they turn to Him, He will restore them, as in Joel 2:25 and Isaiah 44, 3-5. In Ecclesiastes 12:1, it says, "Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth." So parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and the village, we're responsible to teach our children the ways of Yahuwah. We are seeing too many of our children unalived by this world. All I see is wailing of cries from mothers and grandmothers. Our men are being unalived. Our young men are being alive. Our teenagers are being unalived. Our children are being unalived, and our babies being unalived. they're not fulfilling the purpose that Yahuwah has for them. It's because we're walked away from His teaching and His commandments and the responsibility of taking care of our children. We will be held responsible when we stand before Yahuwah and be judged, and we'll be accountable. Yes, their accountability begins at a certain age, but we as parents are responsible and accountable for our children, how we teach them in the ways of Yahuwah. You know, as a parent, we don't want to bury our children. We want them to outlive us. But we're seeing the opposite, and it's growing rapidly. It's time to make that change and rise up, Judah. It's too long of these curses that's happening. Now it's time to bring truth back to our children so they can receive it.